Hi, welcome to Books to Boardrooms with Dr. Kiran. Today I have Mr. Ibrahim Khalil. He is the managing director at Al Naqbi Advocates and Legal Consultants. Today's discussion we would like to focus on some of the key legal aspects related to this region, especially in UAE. And I will take this opportunity to share his information, especially in the areas of IP, intellectual property, patents, trademark, succession planning. And I hope you all will enjoy this session. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dr. Kiran, for inviting us for this session.
Yeah, so Mr. Ibrahim, so you are the managing director of, can you just give a little background about yourself?
Yes, at present I am a managing partner at Al Naqbi Advocates and Legal Consultant. I have been here for almost 18 years. I was working with Emirates Advocates and Legal Consultant, and thereafter I moved to Just Wills as a partner. Just Wills is specializing in bills and succession planning. Okay. And I was managing Al Nassar Advocates and Legal Consultant for 6 years. Now we found this Al Naqbi Advocate since 2000. My local partner, Mr. Musab Al Naqbi, he attend all the court hearings, and I manage the firm.
So when you say advocates and legal services, so what are the various type of legal services your firm is offering in this market?
As a full-fledged firm, we have a 20 plus highly qualified lawyers who are into different practice like civil, criminal, commercial, family, IP, arbitrations. As a full-fledged, all kind of legal practice we does in our firm, and also the labor laws and other cases as well.
So basically most of the legal services you guys are managing.
Yes.
Of course, because this interview, as I told you, my channel is more focused on the student community, right. And we promote quite a lot of entrepreneurial business ventures. And today, innovation plays a very important role. So, if people coming with new innovative ideas, and there comes this importance of intellectual properties.
Right.
So, can you just tell a little background about how is intellectual property and the law in this part of the world?
I specialize in intellectual property. I did my master in IP. Intellectual property in UAE, especially as a growing country, there are a lot of potentials for IP. IP consisting of trademark, copyright, patent, and industrial design. Trademark is indicate any mark for a name or mark for the goods and services or products which belongs to a owner. It could be any form. It could be name, design, logo, graphics or figures, or even a voice can be trademarked. And copyright, which indicates all kind of the literatures, books, booklets, computer softwares, applications, that all comes under copyright. Patent can be any kind of inventions, designs, industrial designs. It all comes under industrial design. It's all consisting of IP law in UAE.
So these are the scope of the IP law. So when, for example, when I have found something, I patented something, or I found something interesting. So when I will approach you, do I need to approach you for getting a patent, or if I have a unique voice or I have a unique design? So when is that an entrepreneur should approach a consultant like you?
See, when they have this unique, the things like be it be a mark, be it be a patent, be it be a copyright, they should approach with the document of whatever they have. So then we can search in the Ministry of Economy. Ministry of Economy is an authority here to do the search and receive the application and provide the license. So once client comes to us, of course, we will do the search in the ministry whether there is an existing this kind of artwork or booklets or invention is exist. If it's not, then of course we will apply to the ministry and they will provide the license.
So you help the organizations in getting the same.
Correct, yes.
So what if I don't have any innovation, I don't have any invention, but I'm using a specific logo or I'm using a name? Do I need to still come and check with you, or do I need to still check in this country that is it already existing, or else even I can maybe get into some sort of a trouble? So do you guys check in that? Because I don't know whether I can access all the patents and say whether it's already existing or not. So how you guys help in that matter?
Correct, because we advise our clients, basically it's an awareness. People are not aware about the law. Every country has their own law. So we frequently say ignorance of law is not excused. So if you have something like enough logo or name which you are already using it, of course, if the we advise the client to search whether similar marks or logos exist here, somebody is using, somebody trademarked it, then you are violating the law, you are infringing their right. So we advise them to do search in the ministry, and then we advise them to register it. If you are using distinguished name and logos or mark or booklets, it's better to register with the ministry so that you have a right. So no one else can use it. It's exclusive right for you.
Okay, so what if somebody infringed I came to you and you said, okay, fine, I will do your trademark or a logo. And like, for example, I have books to boardrooms as my logo and the name, and I come to you and then you get it done for me. What if tomorrow I see somebody else using it here?
Right.
So what is the next course of action? I inform you, or what is the next course of action?
Yeah, if somebody is infringing your right, which is already trademarked or copyrighted, we can demand them to stop using it. We can issue the legal notice and stop them to using it. Still, if they continue to violate or infringe your right, we can file a case in the court and also in the Ministry of Economy to complain to stop them using it.
And this is only restricted to UAE jurisdiction, right? If somebody else is using this thing somewhere else in the world, do I have any sort of a right even if I have a patented thing in UAE?
UAE provide the right entire within UAE, and if you need a protection, you need to register with different countries. So different countries got their own IP laws. So you need to register with the different countries for the protection.
Okay, so this is basically for protecting my rights in this country. Nobody else can do it. But what is the ideal process? Like, for example, if I am, when should me as an entrepreneur or an organization need to start thinking about my logos or my patents or copyrights, depending upon the industry what I am? When should I start? Should I do it before my company formation? And how long it takes, and what is the process, if you can explain?
If you have a logo, even before your company formation, if you have a name or mark or logo or graphics, anything, if you're intended to use or you were using it, or if you're to be used, you can apply for registration, you can apply for protection. So that even before the company formation, if you have a unique name or mark, you can register it.
So that's as an individual I can register. Do I need a trade license to do that?
Previously, individual used to register it, but now you need a trade license to register your trade name or mark anyway.
And what sort of penalty if by mistake, if I am using somebody and somebody sent a legal notice and I didn't take an action and they went to the court, can you tell me what is the depth of the damages I can face because I am I infringed their copyright violations?
Yeah, the owner of the mark or the copyright, they can invoke even the penal law as well. This because it's like something you are pirating, you are copying or infringing their mark or rights, and the penalty can go up to 100,000 to $1 million. So it's a huge penalty. So that basically we are telling our clients, we are creating an awareness so that everything is protected and whatever they use, get it registered so that there is no infringement. There's no violation of law.
So when it comes to being a legal firm, if a case where, okay, fine, I'm having my patent right or have my copyright and somebody violates, I can come to you, you appear for my case and you can help me.
Yes.
Similarly, what if by mistake I by my ignorance or I didn't know about it and I by mistake violated somebody else? In that case, can I still approach you and you can help me in these scenarios to go through that?
Yes, we can. And basically, see, if you're violating or infringing somebody else's right, so that if they registered, then of course you have to stop using it. Otherwise, they can go, the penalty, as I told you, it can come to you. So we advise the client to stop it so that they can change the mark, change the logo, or they can do something differently and they can register it.
Okay, so coming back to it's very advisable for whoever is listening that when you start a business and if you think that your logo or if your copyright, whatever you're doing, and if you have something intellectual property, it's better get it registered so that people don't copy it. So it's protecting your own business in long run, that people don't copy it. And is it again a matter, like if I have a doubt, like if I have a unique business idea or a product or a service which I didn't do IP rights in this part of the world, and I didn't do any legally. I went and go to the Ministry of Economy and I didn't do anything. And somebody else exactly copy my idea, and then he goes to maybe somebody like you or anywhere and get that product or service, the trademark or patent. Will they get it because I didn't do it? And if they do it, can I go and say, oh no, it was done by me? And so how does it work?
See, there is something called priority right.
Okay.
You need to use it. If you have an idea cannot be copyrighted. You need to use it. That should be in a documentary form. If you are using it, then you can claim a priority right. Otherwise, somebody else is going to register it, they will get a protection.
Okay.
So idea cannot keep it within, you need to disclose it, you need to explore it. Unless and otherwise you use it, you explore it, you won't get a right. Somebody else can register it, and the person who registered it, he will get a right.
So I think so again it goes back. So if you think that your idea is unique, and if you think that if that is going to get you the more number of customers, and then if somebody can copy it, the first thing is don't worry about the cost of getting
Absolutely.
it IP protected. Just get it done so that at least your business is protected.
Protected, absolutely.
Okay, fine. So now done. I have done my IP rights and whatever comes under IP, whether it is copyright, whether it is patent, trademark. I done everything. So now its business is going smooth, and then now here comes, there are a lot of businesses here which is family owned businesses or individual owned business. There are in a SMB, this market is full of SMEs.
Right.
A single person started the business.
Right.
Now come the succession planning. Do you guys focus on succession planning?
Yes, as I discussed earlier, I was a partner with Just Wills. We were focusing only wills and succession planning. So now also in my firm, we have a separate department for that. We advise for succession and planning for our clients.
So now this succession planning, is it only for businesses or it is for individuals? Because as you know that this part of the world, the laws are different because of Sharia law is followed here. And then in some part of the world, it's a different law getting followed. So what is your advice to people? I mean, is it only for businesses, or it is applicable for individuals also to take care? Because when you talk about the will, can you just give a little background about that?
Sure. As we all know, UAE is a beautiful country, and we should appreciate the rulers of this country that they made everything easy for business people, and a lot of opportunity, a lot of infrastructures. Anybody can come and open a business and generate income for him and for their family. Now, as I discussed earlier, ignorance of law is not an excuse. So if somebody is doing business, of course, you need to know law of the country, and then accordingly you should plan his succession, because one day everybody has to die. This world is not permanent for everyone. So they have to plan for succession for their families. Now, being Islamic countries, Sharia law is the law of the land. If somebody is dying, and if he got a wife and the family, the children and business, it will go as per the law of the land, which is wife get 1/8 shares of his total assets, and son get 2 shares and daughter get 1 shares. In case of no male members, like no son and no father alive, then brother and sister also come in and they also get the shares. So we advise for the non-Muslims, if they set up a will, then entire their assets, the succession planning will go as per the will. So then in that case, they don't have to follow the Sharia system. It will go 100%. For example, somebody is saying that my 100% assets goes to my wife as per the will, so it will go to wife only. It will not go to brother, sister, or father, or mother, or children's. And in case wife dies, then they can distribute to the children's.
So that means it's important for even not only the businesses, but for individuals who have maybe property here or small businesses, whatever it is. So they need to also execute the will.
Absolutely, absolutely. Even people who are working in a companies, and we come across a lot of cases when they passed away, their end of service benefits, their insurance claim, everything is stuck, because sometimes nobody knows who the legal heirs are. And because it's being an expat country, people are, their families back home sometimes. And once, I think a couple of years ago, Emirates NBD Bank called me and said, we need to find out the family of these 3 people. They got a bank account, they got the money in the account, and they don't know who the legal heirs are. So in case they would have set up a will, then it would have been easy for the bank that these are the legal heirs and this way they want to distribute their assets. It could have easy for them. So it's extremely important. Even the working people also, they have to plan their succession planning. They have to set up a will so that everything goes smoothly.
So when you say how long, what is the process of this will? So if I need to come and say that I need to execute a will, what is the process? So I approach legal firms, and then what is the time duration? What is the fees? Can you just and whether is any government entity which signed the document, and then who keep the document with that person? So can you just throw some light on that?
Sure, it's a simple process making a will. Will can be registered in DIFC and Dubai court as well. DIFC, they follow the common law system and everything in English. And the registration fees is 10,000 for single will and 15,000 for the mirror will. So once the client comes to us, we'll advise them, we take the information, we draft the will for them, and we send it to the client for their approval. Once they approve, we send it to DIFC. Once DIFC is approved, then we go for registration. For the registration process, the client, the testator, writing a will, he should be present with the two witnesses. So once they are there, and this can be registered, and a original copy kept in DIFC, and number of copy can give to the clients and for their legal heirs. So in Dubai court, it's a notary public, they register a will. There also is same procedure. The testator should go, no need a witness, and the fees could be 2,000 for a single will and 4,040 for mirror will. Mirror will like a husband and a wife. In case both they have a property, both they have assets, both should set up a will, because otherwise something happened to the wife, even her shares can go to their families and stuff. So to protect the family, it can be mirror will as well.
So who does this awareness of these things in this part? I mean, because in most of the case, I don't know how much people living here are aware about these type of services and the importance of these type of services. So does people like you or your organization, like legal firms in UAE, they take the initiative to popularize or bring the awareness in the customers?
Yes, when I was in Just Wills, we used to approach different associations, different corporates. We used to do 1 hour session for the employees and for the association members, basically to create an awareness. So unless and until you create an awareness, people will never come to know about it.
So bigger organizations can approach you if they would like a session, so that people,
yes,
employees can ask questions and get clarification, yes, and stuff like that.
Yes.
You provide those of education and awareness
yes,
sessions in this part of the world.
We do that, yes.
Now, there's another question which, because you're from the legal, and the contract is one of the most important thing which comes into. Now, there are different types of contract. As an individual, from my experience, I can say, even if you go and sign a property, and you sign a contract.
Right.
Now, when you get this contract, most of the time people don't even read half of it. So,
right.
So, and some of these contracts are editable. Editable in the sense, at the signing of the time, you could say some of the clause you want to add, you want to delete. It's not necessary that you need to follow that.
Right.
But because of your ignorance of these things, because tomorrow there's an exit, there's an issue. How will I protect myself? Is that then I go to the lawyer. And then they say that, oh no, this clause, there's a high possibility that you will not win, because whoever creates the contract basically creates the contract in that person's or that organization's favor.
Right.
Do we, as an individual, for a smaller contract, it can be a property contract, or it can be any, or I'm doing a business, partnering with someone to do the business, but my name is not going to be in the trade license. But I like to create a contract in such a way that I am protected at any point of time. So in these cases, does law firms take such cases wherein they draft and they make a contract in such a way that I'm made aware about the terms and conditions, the risk, and protect the risk? And do you guys do similar services, or there's law firms doing similar service in this part of the world?
Yes, we always advise the client, when you sign anything, you just get vetted with the lawyer, because contract, as you're saying, for the property and all, is huge contract, around 50 to 100 pages, and you don't have time to read it. So we always advise, get vetted with the lawyer so that you can protect it. Prevention is better than cure. So in case if you emerge in a hurry, you sign and tomorrow you are stuck with any problem, then it will be difficult to solve it. So we always advise the clients to send us the contract in advance. We can review, we can redraft it, and we can advise and we can negotiate with the buyer and seller, and we can close it. And corporate, like big corporate, they have frequently have this kind of work, like contract reviewing, drafting. with the customer, with the supplier, with the employees, and with the different parties. So we advise those corporates to have a legal retainer with the law firms, so that anything to do with the legal issues, be it be a contract drafting, be it be a contract reviewing, be it be any kind of advice or consultation, so they can approach us if they have a retainer with us. So for corporates, it's easy for them if they sign a retainer agreement with the law firm. Anything to do with it, they can call the lawyer and they can get advice.
I think this is very important. Why I'm asking is that many people I have seen in this market having a lot of trouble because they didn't read the contract. It can as an individual as well as small businesses, because businesses will have their own internal law firms. So I think it's important that the only fear a lot of people are having is that if I go to a law firm, it's too expensive, or whether I'll be, because people don't know the cost of these things. They think it is very expensive, and that stops from doing that. But a couple of thousand saving in that will lead up to them losing, hundreds of thousands of dirhams in that. So how you let these people like common people who does not know about these things, do you do any sort of awareness in that to show that yes, you need to do any contract you're going to sign, and you are in a different country, you're not in your own country, so it's very important that you understand. You see a lot of cases of people getting into jail, or people losing job, or people are not able to travel out of the country. I mean, you get into a number of problems, and the amount of money then you spend to come out of these things are extremely high.
Right.
So so anyone who have a doubt or an awareness, can they contact people like you or your organization to get some basic information, not necessarily like a full consultation? Do you guys provide something like that also?
We does a lot of pro bono legal work. I am an associate with the KMCC, Dubai KMCC, and underprivileged people are working in a low, like restaurant and grocery, and low paid, blue collars workers. We conduct legal adalat. It's a free legal consultation for all their work. For example, the low paid employees, they have been exploited by their employees by keeping the passport, not paying the salary, and a lot of exploitation is happening. So we basically advise them the right way to get their rights. And other people, yes, of course, as I said, we always there in social media, and we are issuing the articles. We are there on TikTok and YouTube and social media. We are whatever the possible way we can create an awareness, we are creating. And a lot of other lawyers and the law firms also does this. So our intention to get aware about the law, so that they will not be stuck, or they will not be face any problem in future.
Thanks a lot, Ibrahim. I mean, it's very important. As I told you, most of the students are planning to start their business, so it's very important to understand how to protect their IP. Then you talk about the succession planning, whether it is an individual and an organization. And on the side, third side on the contract, how important it is to understand and take a legal opinion. Doesn't matter whoever it is, somebody who's aware about the laws and regulations, giving an opinion and then going back, which will make the other party also very serious that this guy knows things. I think that all these things is actually supposed to help you for a smooth running of your business or your personal life, especially when you're in a different part of the world. Thanks a lot for your time.
My pleasure.
And looking forward to see you maybe a different topic soon.
Sure.
Thank
Sure.
you.
Sure. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.